Hey guys, Crypto Dad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Friday night live stream. I think I upset my son. Uh, it's Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's jump right in. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to my lair. Um, I've got the best red, white, and blue that I could muster on my rig back here. We've got the alternating blue and red, and then the memory sticks are alternating blue and white. It's a little bit hard to tell, at least from my vantage point, between the blue and the white on the memory sticks. Little too bright, I guess. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about tonight. There's some great news that we can talk about. We'll talk about what's going on with Bitcoin in the market, what the price of Bitcoin's been doing lately, and we're going to move some crypto around. And as you can tell from the title, I've managed to acquire one Bitcoin, but it hasn't been consolidated into one wallet yet. So we're kind of going to talk a little bit about that, and why you would want to put your Bitcoin in your own wallet. So let's get dove in. All right, so there's people here that I'd like to greet. I am going to pop out my chat window, move it over here, and get rid of that that preview of me delayed time. All right, so here's our profiles here. What I want to do is I want to move this back to a white light. And what that does is it gives me a nice lighting on this side. What I really need is another key light, which I have over on my left, right? And then I've got my rig over on the right. But I'd like to have two key lights to give me a nice... I've noticed that sometimes I blend in with the background when the lighting isn't right, So I figured out that I could do my bright white over here. Show you that. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, I can just make this plain bright white, and it gives me good light. All right, so let's go in here. I want to say hello to everybody that's here tonight. Tig, can I pay for an online subscription with Bitcoin Direct from Ledger Live? Not too sure, but I'll have to double check that. I'm not sure what you mean by Bitcoin Direct. Thanks for the congrats. We're going to consolidate tonight. So I'll show you how to move crypto around. Happy birthday to Mr. David, belated. Hope you had a nice time. Jason, hello. Three Bird Man, hello. Happy holidays. Thank you. Betty A is here. Thank you. Good to see you. CFI Randy, hello. Rodrigo Gil Moreno de Mora. Good night from Chicago. Or I'm sorry, Colorado. Pardon me. Yes, one Bitcoin. All right. Help and link last week. Just got my new X set up yesterday. I'm slow. Other things going. Good. So we'll consolidate that Bitcoin in a couple of minutes, and in doing so, I'm going to explain, about wallets and what. Let's check some of the news right now. Now, my first story, and all of my stories that I'm covering tonight are down in the description. So scroll down in the description, do the show more, see what's going on in the description. There's a lot going on there. There's some affiliate links. So check those out if you're in the market for, the Crypto.com MCO card or the Ledger Nano or, the free Brave browser. Use my affiliate links, guys. These are products that I believe in, I use every day, and I stand behind. I had somebody last week make a comment that I just do shills now. Try to keep it to, less than a 30-second blurb. But I explained to him that, I only advocate products I use, and you'll never hear me shilling coins, right? I don't ever tell you guys to run out and buy a particular coin. That's not my thing. Okay. So, first story, Silk Road Darknet Marketplace founder, BTC will reach 100,000 in 2020. Just a feel-good story. There's a lot of people out there predicting the price of Bitcoin. Now, this is Ross Ulbricht, who is currently in prison behind charges brought about for running the Silk Road, one of the Darknet Marketplace. Of course, he claims, and many other people claim that he's, a free enterprise, just giving people what they want and that kind of thing. But he did break laws as they are on the books, right? So there's a lot of people like that through history who have been, imprisoned justly or unjustly, depending on who you talk to. But anyway, he did this theory, this Elliott wave theory, while he was wrote letters he wrote in prison, based on crowd psychology more than anything else. I think not much technical analysis, just crowd psychology, predicting the price of Bitcoin to shoot up in 2020. Feel good story. Right, and let's see, what's my next story? I'm just gonna, whoops, how is that? What am I doing there? Oh yeah, all right, so cryptocurrencies are still the best performing asset class this year. I like this story. All right, so here's the headline: cryptocurrencies are still the world's best performing asset class this year, which is quite a feat when you think about it. Let's see. Outperforming, where do they say? Have risen well above annualized returns for equities, commodities. Are you kidding me? I could have bought frozen concentrated orange juice at the beginning of the year, futures contracts, and I still wouldn't have made as much money as I made if I had just bought Bitcoin at the beginning of the year. Ha ha! Bonds too for 2019. So it's coming off a little bit of a downtrend, right? So Bitcoin started the year around 4,000, 3,000, somewhere in there. It went up to a high of over 10, and then it's now back down around 72, I guess, right now. But even so, from where it started at the beginning of the year and where it is now, it has outperformed every other asset class. So quite amazing when you think about it. Pretty good stuff for 2019. Yeah. And then there's a little story here about a millionaire buying 11 Bitcoins. That's not that one. Let's get rid of this. Is this it? No, that's something else. Okay. Let's find that story. I'm sure I put it in here. Come on, Rex. Here we go. Here's what happens when a millionaire, Bill PULTE, buys 11 Bitcoins. So it's a story about a millionaire. He says, I recently bought 11 Bitcoins, 79,000 US dollars. And I guess he posted this on Twitter. And so a lot of people are reacting to this. Many expressed joy, promoted it, and he not only did he make this purchase, but he promoted it on his Twitter, which, and he has 2 million followers, so it's a lot of people that are exposed to, what is Bitcoin, what is this guy doing buying Bitcoin, so it's a good, promo for Bitcoin in general. And some of the, I guess someone pointed out that that less than 2 million people could own more than 10 Bitcoin ever, given BTC's supply cap, I guess. Just a numbers game, right? But there was one thing in here. Yeah, let me see here. Something about buy it before it's too late, right? Oh, here it is. Apocalyptically warn people that there are not enough BTC for all and that it's a good time to buy one before the price goes above 10,000. All right, so it's a good time to buy Bitcoin for the long term. So I thought that'd be pretty good. I bought one, not 11. All right. And then a couple of other Uphold is now giving out loans with crypto. Now, where is that? There it is. Uphold and Salt partner to bring liquidity to millions using crypto-backed loans. So you can apply for a loan and use your cryptocurrency as your collateral. Now this is, I hadn't really thought about this, but there's a sentence in here which is kind of interesting, where the partner allows users to free up liquidity while maintaining the potential upside of the underlying crypto asset. So this scenario, let's say you have $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, whatever that is, 0.03 Bitcoin or whatever, 0.1, whatever $1,000 worth of Bitcoin is. And you deposit it with them and get a $1,000 loan. Right now, you're going to have to pay that loan back to free up your Bitcoin. If you don't pay the loan back, they keep your Bitcoin. But if you pay that loan back as scheduled, as you most likely would, you're getting access to that money that you might need today, and then you can pay it back on your own terms. And all the while, your Bitcoin might increase in value. That $1,000 worth of Bitcoin that you are borrowing against might become $5,000 worth of Bitcoin by the time the term is up, right? So you pay back your 1,000 and you get your 5,000 back, your Bitcoin back. So I never really thought of it that way. It's just, I'm borrowing against the Bitcoin, and but it might go up, and so I'm not going to miss out, right? If I had just liquidated the Bitcoin for $1,000 and then spent it, and then maybe tried to, when I had $1,000 next month, buy it back, it might be higher than it was, right? So with this method, you can hold on to the Bitcoin legally, I guess, and still benefit if it goes up, right? And if it goes down, you pay your 1,000 back and you get your Bitcoin, and maybe it goes up later, whatever. So pretty good deal, right? And it doesn't matter what kind of credit you've got either. It's all based on the collateral that you're willing to put on deposit to get out this loan. So pretty cool. A lot of that is going on these days. And maybe we'll check in with Uphold to see if they've got anything on their site about it and how it works. Now, here's an interesting story. You guys hear me talk about security all the time. There was a story here about people with Ring cameras, right? So, and a bunch of these stories came in all at the same time. A hacker accessed a family's Ring security camera and told their 8-year-old daughter he was Santa Claus. So, that's the horrifying scenario that starts out the story. The daughter, the wife is at work. She's got the camera in the kid's room so she can kind of monitor what's going on while she's working the night shift. And husband is home, kids are home. Weird noise coming from the kid's room. She goes in, it's music, it's somebody talking through the speaker saying he's Santa Claus, just the most horrifying scenario you could think of. And there's a bunch of other cases here of people, similar situations where someone is talking to them through the Ring, is obviously can see them through the camera. And so what's up, right? Rings had been penetrated. Well, not quite. Ring responded to these stories, and it said, customer trust is important to us and we take the security of our devices seriously. We investigated this incident and can confirm it is in no way related to a breach or compromise in Ring's security. Users often use the same username and password for their various accounts and subscriptions. If those were to fall into the wrong hands, those devices could be compromised. So, we've talked about this many times, right? Two-factor authentication. Always put two-factor authentication on your accounts whenever possible. As a precaution, we highly and openly encourage all Ring users to enable two-factor authentication on their Ring account. Add shared users instead of sharing login credentials. Use strong passwords and regularly change their passwords, right? This is good advice for anybody in the digital age, right? So, and I think later, I read several articles about this, and one of them was, remembering multiple passwords is difficult, but password managers like 1Password or LastPass can help you keep your passwords secure, but on hand for when you need to use them, right? So, two-factor authentication, strong passwords, password managers. These are all things that, I demo in my live streams and in my videos. This is what you need to do to live in the digital age. This is not the age where you can use, Fido123 for your password on all your accounts, right? It's just, that's not the way we live in this world these days, right? And then they mentioned something about the default password on the Ring. That's kind of horrifying too, that the Ring camera system comes with a default password. But I guess it has to come with something, right? You would think that they would force the user to choose their own password. So anyway, security story, right? And then there's an article about cryptography. Maybe we'll talk about that a little later. Let's move some Bitcoin around. What I wanted to say was, here we go. We've got Ledger Live going, right? And I've got this. I've got some 0.8 Bitcoin stashed away somewhere. We'll show you. This is not quite 0.2. I needed a little extra. So what I did was I said, well, let's find some Bitcoin, right? And I found some on an exchange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demo the whole idea of using two different devices on the same version of Live, right? I think we talked about this last week. So I've got this guy connected. He's at his home screen, right? But I also have this guy connected, which is a Ledger Nano S, right? And so what I want to do is I don't have a Bitcoin account for the Ledger Nano S set up yet, right? So let's assume, okay, I've got a Ledger Live and it's got a bunch of accounts on there that are associated with one ledger. And now I have a new ledger or a different ledger and I want to connect that. It's really pretty easy. You don't even have to really mess around much with Ledger Live. All you really need to do is connect it, right? And then let me just show you here. Get this focused here. All right, so I'm in the Bitcoin app, so I'm going to get out. Whoops. I'm just going to demo here. So I'm at the home screen of this Ledger Nano. Get closer. That's better. All right, and I'm going to enter. I've got it connected to Ledger Live, and I'm going to enter the Bitcoin app. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to choose Add Account. Get it out under here, maybe. Right? So, where is that? Oh, it's up here. Okay, there it is. Sorry, guys. Add account. So we're going to hit Add Account. And we're going to choose Bitcoin. And we're going to hit Continue. Now, I'm already in the Bitcoin app, so both checks are, both tasks have finished. Right? I've done everything I need to do. And I don't need to do anything with the device, right? It's already in there. Now, what Ledger Live is doing right now is it's scanning this device. This is the device I have connected, the one that's in the Bitcoin app. And as you can see, it's finding a bunch of old empty Bitcoin accounts. These are old Bitcoin accounts with transaction history. So any wallet that you create, even if it's zero, it will see it as a separate wallet, right? Most of the time you don't have anything on there. You're just going to see, do you want to add a SegWit or a native SegWit? Well, in this case, I'm going to use native SegWit, and I may not have enough room for all this. I'm going to call this Ledger Black. And hopefully it'll let me make one that long, right? And I don't want these others, so I'm going to deselect. Sorry. I'm going to tick that guy off, and I'm going to hit Add Account. All right, so there, I've just created a Ledger Black native SegWit Bitcoin account associated with this Ledger device, right? And these other accounts are associated with the other Ledger device, the Ledger X, which I have connected, right? So we can manage both of these accounts at the same time in the same copy of Live. Easy, easy peasy. All right, now I've got some, remember I said I got to find me some Bitcoin, right? So I just went over to Binance US to see if maybe I had gotten some referral bonuses. And lo and behold, where is it? As it turns out, I did. See this US dollar, that 30 bucks? Those are referral bonuses. So there's 30 bucks just waiting to be spent. Right, so let's go over to wallet. Let's go down to Bitcoin. Let's hit trade. Let's hit BTC USD. Let's hit market down there. Let's hit 100%. And then I'm going to shave it down just a tad and hit buy BTC. All right, market order created. Let's go back up into the wallet. And lo and behold, I've got myself a nice $30 worth of Bitcoin. That's about, I think, all I'm going to need to top that out. Now, let's go back over to Ledger Live. I'm going to throw this onto the Black Ledger, just for kicks. All right, so let's hit this Bitcoin Ledger Black. Let's hit Receive. We'll hit Continue, and you'll notice the address will appear on the device. Right there, and because the screen is kind of small, you've got to advance it right there. I'm going to use this button to advance, right, and just make sure that address matches what I see on my screen, right, and then I can hit both buttons to approve that, right. Now I can put this guy down. There's my Bitcoin address. Let's withdraw this from Binance US. I'll paste in my Bitcoin address. I'll click the amount over here in yellow to autofill the max. I'll hit submit, and then we'll enter our two-factor authentication from our Google Authenticator. Whoops. All right, and then it's going to send me, should give me that confirmation. Any day now? Okay, there it goes. Patience. All right, now we're going to go check our email. All right, we're going to confirm that withdrawal request, and then we'll just like hang out a little bit and wait for the Bitcoin to arrive in our Ledger wallet. All right. Let me see if there's any questions while we're waiting. Okay. A lot of people here. Thank you. So what we're doing here is you're gonna share this moment of glory with me. I have some Bitcoin waiting, and we're gonna consolidate it, and so that our wallet will have 1 Bitcoin, maybe a little bit more. Hopefully, we'll be close, right? All right. So we're getting there, right? So I was a little shy, so I pulled out that Bitcoin from Binance US. We'll see what happens. JK, thanks everything you done and keep on doing the best of crypto. Thank you. Hi, cannot find anyone local to help walk me through some things. Can you or someone you recommend do a phone call to answer specific questions? Mary. Well, Mary, you could try sending me an email at CryptoDad.com. Believe me, I mean, I want to help. I really do. Hang on just a sec here. Okay, cool. Thank you. But here's the thing. I've been doing tech support for, God, 30 years, more, 30 years or more, with just working on people's computers. And I've been doing crypto tech support for the last couple years. Trying to help someone over the phone is pointless. It really is. I refuse to help anyone over the phone unless I can see their screen, what they're doing. Because me trying to walk someone through something when I'm blind is pointless. You know, something that would normally take me 5 minutes could take over an hour. And it's frustrating as hell for both parties. So I don't do phone calls. Sorry about that. If you can articulate your problem in an email, then I will read your email and you know, give you a formulate an answer. But I don't do phone calls. It's pointless. I know, you know, I just want someone I can call and talk to. I'm not that guy. I will help you, but the phone call thing, sorry, that's just, I can't do that. Too much experience. Greetings from Kentucky, BG. Willie Blue, Wild Blue, thank you. First live stream. Good to have you here. Getting a lot of viewers on the live stream lately. I'm really happy about that. Betty's saying happy B-Day to David. That's great. Therma Hilton, hello. Calgapo, hello again. M200, hello. Philly Mac, hello. Firas Alwadi. Hi. My son is singing Dumb Ways to Die in the background. I can hear him. I'm assuming you can too. It's the sweetest voice in the world. Available through a Roth... another method of writing BTC is the grayscale GBTC, available through Roth IRA, so no tax to or gains ever. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of ways to expose yourself to Bitcoin, right? So you could do it through IRA funds and that sort of thing. Now, these are funds, right? And you would not be holding your keys. They hold the keys for you, right? They'll keep it safe. I prefer to hold the Bitcoin in my own wallet. But let me explain where this Bitcoin came from. Do you use Celsius? Not at the moment. I've heard of Celsius. When you sell Bitcoin, where do you store the dollars? I just don't want to put them back on my bank. Well, if you're selling Bitcoin, like say on Binance US, you can actually sell for US dollars, right? And it goes back into your US dollar fund. But on a lot of exchanges, they may not have this US dollar wallet, so to speak, but they would have Tether, right? Like US Tether. So if you've got gains for your Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency you're trading that you want to park in US dollars so that it, you know, to avoid the volatility or whatever, or, you know, lock in your gains, and you don't want to put them back in your bank, you can throw them into Tether, and that sticks roughly with the US dollar pretty much, you know, if you're into the US dollar, which, as we all know, always goes down in value, right? Always. Whenever they talk about inflation, they don't say it's inflation or not inflation, or zero inflation and some inflation. It's always a rate. Inflation is always a rate, even when it's good news. Wow, inflation's down to 2%. Well, it's still a rate, right? It's still going up. Your US dollar is, as we speak, losing value. But that's another rant. So what I wanted to explain to you guys, we haven't seen that yet. It might take it a while. So let me show you where this extra Bitcoin came from. I have a Crypto.com account on my phone. And I think I need to do this one more time. Let's get this back. All right. So Crypto.com is an app-based cryptocurrency exchange where you can buy and sell cryptocurrency. Now, you can also store it in their Crypto Earn program. So the Crypto Earn program is where you deposit it and they pay you interest. So I had put 0.2 Bitcoin in Crypto Earn about 3 months ago. And it was earning interest. And between that time, I acquired more Bitcoin, right? I'm working towards my goal of accumulating 1 Bitcoin, right? So I had accumulated some Bitcoin earlier in the month, and then I was waiting for today for this term to complete so that I could withdraw the Bitcoin. These are completed terms, right? So you can see here that my 3-month term on this 0.2 Bitcoin ended today, right? You can, when this pulls up, you can see it ended today on Friday the 13th, and I withdrew the 0.2 Bitcoin back to my own wallet, right? So, and that is, whoops. When is this thing going to show up, for Pete's sake? All right, that's this, right? I withdrew that from Crypto.com today, right? So now I'm going to consolidate it into the other wallet that has 0.8 Bitcoin in it. All right, so let's go back here. I'm still waiting for the Ledger Black to... There it is. Okay, so Ledger Black Bitcoin is here. All right, guys, so drum roll, please. So first of all, I'm going to add that account. Now, a nice thing about Ledger Live is, okay, so Granny and Grampy, Uncle Tom and Aunt Lydia come over, and I'm explaining Bitcoin to them, but I really don't want them to see that I've got, $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. I just want to show them some stuff, right? So I don't have my main Bitcoin holding account displaying in Ledger Live. I know it's there. So what I need to do in order to get it back, it's on my Ledger, it's just not showing up in Live. So what we want to do, first thing we'll do is we're going to go over here to our Ledger Black, and we're going to exit the Bitcoin app. I need to do this because if I have 2 ledgers that are both in the Bitcoin app at the same time, then Ledger will get flaky on me, right? I only want 1 in there at a time. So let's do that. All right, now we're on the Ledger. Whoops. All right, so this is Ledger X. Let's hit Bitcoin. All right, let's go to accounts again. Let's do add account. And let's hit Bitcoin. And let's hit continue. All right. Now we'll just wait for it to sync. And what it's doing is it's scanning this Ledger Nano X, right? And there it is, lo and behold, right? It was kind of hiding there. It was hiding on my Ledger. I knew it was there, but, and I'm letting you guys know it's there. All right, so, oh, for Pete's sake. I got to take this. Sorry, guys. Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Rex, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. So I'm told that Dixie had somebody going to Aunt Buster's house tonight to drop
No, Mixie hasn't called me about that. Jacqueline Baker called me about going to Angus Mitchell, but no one's called me about Ann Slusher. But I can send her over there if you want. She's
No, you know what? I need somebody to pick something up to take to Felicia's house, but I thought I'd maybe back on whoever was going in the same direction.
oh, okay.
If they're not, that's fine. I need somebody to pick up this awful thing on my leg. It literally has a iPad charger in it.
Okay.
Take it, but I'm not there to
No problem. I can tell her about it. No biggie. She knows. Yeah. Yeah, she is probably on her way back from Angus's right now. So I'll just let her know to come get the envelope. Uh-huh. Yeah, and if Mixie calls me, then I'll deal with that.
Yeah, I think Mixie's far gone. So
Oh, no, she never called me about that.
I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You got it, Sandy. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. All right, bye. Sorry, guys. Still working. Man, still working. Hey, Demetria. Sandy has an envelope that needs to go to Felicia's. She's going to leave it on her ledge. There's no buck slip. Okay, guys. All right, so there we go. We're going to call this one Bitcoin X, right? So I can keep it straight. And then we'll close. There we go. We got our 0.8 Bitcoin. So now, let's go back. And I'm gonna briefly unplug the X, right? I didn't really need to do that, but that's okay. All right, so now let's move the little one first, right? Let's move this guy. Oh, no. I needed to get the address. Okay. Jump the gun there. All right. It's okay. I can handle it. Oh, okay. Well, the best laid plans of mice and men. All right, tell Sandy you said hi. That's good. She's a nice lady. She's a nice lady. They're my customers. I've been doing this for about 4 years now, so I know everybody there at that office. And I can't believe I just yanked this thing off. That's okay. I can deal with it. Okay, Rex, you can do this. All right. Okay, here we go. Just gotta enter this real quick. I wanted to avoid this, but hey, it's okay. I can deal with it. I can do this quickly. Okay. Yes, do that. Okay. Almost there. Okay. Oh, come on, Rex. Done that. Okay, here we go. Okay, almost there, gang. Sorry about this. I shouldn't have yanked this guy out. But I did. It's okay. I wasn't planning. I was trying to avoid this, but then I got ahead of myself. But that's okay. We can do it. We can deal with it. Slight delay. Okay, we're almost there. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, I gotta do this one more time. Okay, we're almost there. Okay. Boy, that's some under pressure kind of stuff. All right, so what we want to do here is a... okay. All right, so I'm going to go back to this guy. we need to get the receiving address, and I forgot to do that before. You always want to generate a brand new receiving address. It's the most secure way. Echo, turn off plant light. Okay. It's the most secure way to transfer Bitcoin, right? So we're going to do receive. Sorry about that. You couldn't see it. And I need to enter the Bitcoin app. All right. We'll hit continue, continue, and there's the address. You see that address on my device? That's the receiving address, right? We're going to copy that guy into our clipboard, right? And then I'm going to quickly just create a down and dirty text document so we don't forget that. It's probably going to be fine in our clipboard, but I just want to double check, make sure. Okay. Let's put it down here. Whoops, sorry. Just put it in the back. All right, now. Sorry about that, gang. All right, so we have our receiving address to our item. Actually, let's do a second one, right? We want to do this. So I'm going to confirm this. We're going to send from 2 different wallets to this guy. So let's confirm. Let's do one more receive. Generate a brand new address, right? We'll copy that. We'll put that in here. Is it the same? Okay, whatever. All right, I'm okay. I'll make it. I'll be all right, guys. This is a little nerve-wracking, but we'll get there. Okay. All right. Now, we can close that. All right. Now. Okay. All right, so let's start with the ledger. Let's go back to our accounts. Let's go to our ledger black. Let's do a send. And we're going to enter that Bitcoin address that we just created. We're going to hit continue. All right. Let's max it out. Let's hit continue. All right. Let's hit continue again. Now it wants me to enter the Bitcoin app. This is where the security of the device comes in. All right. It wants me to confirm. There. I got to review the transaction. Let's see this. God, why is this so difficult for me? Okay, there we go. We're confirming the amount and the address, right? The Ledger Nano S has kind of a small screen. I got to confirm the fees, and then I hit both buttons to accept and send. And then the transaction gets broadcast. All well and good. We did it. All right. Now, let me enter the PIN for this guy. I need to exit the Bitcoin app on the Ledger Black. For those of you who are new, I'm sorry that I'm like making this so complicated, but there's a lot of people here that like have asked me about managing multiple ledgers, so I'm kind of throwing that in at the same time. Now I have Bitcoin in app on both of these. I need to get out on one, right? Because I don't want Ledger to get confused. So we're going to go navigate over here to quit and hit both buttons, right? I can leave it connected as long as it's not in the Bitcoin app, right? So now let's go over to accounts again. Let's go over here to this account where I got that 0.2 that we got earlier from crypto.com, right? I'm going to put the X up here. Let's do a send. Let's put in that same Bitcoin address. It gave me the same one twice, whatever. I'm going to max that guy out. All right, we'll hit continue. All right, we're going to hit continue one more time. There's going to be a network fee. Now, when you use native SegWit, you get very low network fees. All right. And now, once the Bitcoin app open, which is here, I'm going to just disconnect the other one just so it won't get confused. All right. And of course it's acting funny. So let's quit the Bitcoin app. Let's re-enter it. See if that does our trick. Yep. There we go. Let's hit continue. When in doubt, troubleshoot. All right, now it wants me to review that transaction. This is the review on the device, right? So I've got that little arrow there. It tells me to advance to the next screen. There's the amount, 1.998. Let's go one more. There's the address that we've pasted in there. There's our small fee that we're going to be paying. And then we hit both buttons for accept and send. All right. Now we're done with these. All right. Now let's see what happens. Okay, close that. It should go to 0. There it goes. Let's go back to accounts. Oh, there it went. Did you see that? That was it, gang. There we go. 0.00399,142 Bitcoin. What do you think? Finally, right? All right, so as you can see, we did a lot of stuff, right? We did, we pulled some Bitcoin off an exchange and put it into our own wallet, right? And then you saw me on my Crypto.com app. I pulled some Bitcoin off Crypto.com app earlier. You guys didn't see that, but I had moved that off Crypto.com to a previously used address that I already had in Ledger. Then I moved everything into the one wallet on the Ledger Nano X that I normally don't show in Ledger Live, right? That's the wallet that has the one Bitcoin in it. And there we go. Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Betty. All right. Okay, I will sell it back if you and buy back later. Most likely the value will fall over the coming weeks and months. This is from my experience. I've been in crypto since 2016. That's, you know, it's a valid point. I'm more with Bitcoin. I tend to just hold on to it, and I'm not alone. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trading or trying to, you know, play that, you know, buy low, sell high game, but I've been burned too many times on that. I got burned in the stock market back in the late 90s, lost my all my working capital, chasing highs, right? I was always chasing that one stock that was gonna, you know, shoot to the moon, you know, back in the the .com bubble, right? Never happened for me. Every time I would jump into a stock in the morning thinking it was going to be the one, there would be some other stock that was shooting, you know, 300% up. So I'm not to say that I'm not an investor, right? There are some coins that I'll jump into when I hear about them. Usually when they're red, right? When the market's red, I tend to buy. The problem is that usually when the market's red, I don't have any spare cash. And I wish, oh man, I wish I could buy. It's a red day. But as far as the coins that I have, I tend to sort of hold on to them. All right, so there we go. Now, let's just get rid of this, right? We're not going to just delete it. We're just going to take it out of live so we don't have to see it anymore, right? We'll just hit delete. And there it is. It's gone. Right. So, you know, any casual observer isn't going to know that I got a Bitcoin hiding on my ledger. But the ledger doesn't forget, right? The private key doesn't forget. 21 million club. Thank you. Yes, great caper. A good question. Let me get the X connected. I'll show you what I mean. So when you, the question here is about XRP. So when you create an XRP on your own device, XRP's got this weird thing that you have to have at least 20 XRP in the wallet at all times. So if you move 100 XRP into your own wallet, it suddenly becomes 80 because that 20 XRP is never moving, ever. It stays in the wallet until the end of time, as far as I know, right? Let's see. All right, so it does. As an example, you can see I've got an XRP wallet here. This XRP wallet is on the ledger X. So let's connect the S. Let's go over to Manager. All right, and it says Allow Ledger Manager. Let's hit both buttons here. And we're going to try to throw XRP on here. All right, XRP. Yeah, it's right here at the top anyway. The new firmware for the Ledger Nano S allows you to hold more apps than before. So if you haven't updated to the latest firmware, I would recommend it. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to get full. It will get full. Let's go back. Whoops. So I'm going to knock Litecoin off. And by the way, you don't have this problem with the Ledger X. The Ledger X can hold 20 or 30 apps. But the Ledger S will only hold like 4 or 5, maybe 6, depending on what you... So I took Litecoin off. Let's see if we can get XRP on there now. Nope. Okay. This might be one of those. All right, let's take Ethereum off. We got to make it happy. Oh, here we go. Sorry, guys. Elite and Discreet, this is Rex. Hey, Mixie, how are you? You got something going to Ann Slushers? Okay, I'll have Demetria come by and scoop it up. She's on her way back from Angus Mitchell's right now. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'll just let her know to come by your desk. Okay. Yeah, that's probably better. Okay, sounds good. Oh, I'll let her know then. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. All right, so let's... Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Let's see if we can get... What happened? Ugh. What happened? I thought I was in the manager. What did I do? Okay, let's try XRP again. Hey, Demetria, sorry about this, but Mixie has a few things going to Ann Slusher's house in El Segundo. Period. She said she's going to put a slip there. I guess it's a box and a couple of binders. Period. Keeping you busy tonight. Period. She's on standby all day long, no runs. Oh, are you kidding me? I still can't put XRP on this thing? Okay. Wow. Oh, did I not get Ethereum off? Who knows? What was I doing? Alex? All right. Okay. She's so enigmatic. She just like, okay. Okay. And I say thank you. Whoops. All right, come on. Okay, finally. I must have, like, done something weird. All right, so now we're going to go over to XRP. We're going to hit both buttons, and we're going to scan for accounts, right? Now, we already have one XRP account. Let's just rename this guy XRPX or Ledger X, right? Because we know it's for the Ledger X, just to keep it straight. Now let's go back and add account, and this time we're going to add XRP onto the Ledger Black, right? We've got the Ledger Black attached, right? And we're in the XRP app, and let's let it synchronize. There, you see that? That is the 20 XRP that is perpetually stuck in that Ledger Black, right? Because Ledger requires you to have 20 XRP has to have 20 XRP no matter what. So I know it's weird. I mean, I just don't understand why it's like that, but it is. So there, I had an old wallet on my Ledger Black. I moved all my XRP out of it over to the X because I had different cryptocurrencies on different ledgers, so I had already restored my main ledger to the X. But then I added XRP to the X and wanted to transfer from my other Ledger Black, and I kept trying to transfer, and it kept telling me that there wasn't enough in there, and then it finally dawned on me that I couldn't transfer the whole 100. It had to be 80 of it, and I had to leave behind 20. Go figure. The answer to the question is yes. Yeah, I have used a Bitcoin paper wallet. I think you were the guy that was asking some questions. I was going to show you guys a Bitcoin paper wallet tonight. You inherited, okay, Christian inherited some Cardano, but what's the best way to cash out to my bank? So you have some Cardano, and we're assuming that it's in Daedalus or some kind of wallet, right? First of all, let's do a Bitcoin paper wallet. You can create a Bitcoin paper wallet pretty easy by just going to bitcoinaddress.org. Whoops. Come on. Let's just do Bitcoin address. It's giving me a hard time. Oh, I'm sorry. It's bit address. Pardon me. Bit address. Come on. Erg. There it is. Wow. Okay. There's so many like faux sites that try to, scam you into creating Bitcoin paper wallets. But this is the one, bitaddress.org. Now, I've just created an empty Bitcoin address and exposed the private key to all of you, right? So we don't want to use this Bitcoin address, right? We don't want to put any Bitcoin into this wallet because the private key is exposed. Anyone can take that private key and gain control of the wallet, right? So, but this is basically what a Bitcoin paper wallet looks like, right? It's just numbers. That's all it is. It's a public-private key pair. You got a public key Bitcoin, well, this actually isn't the public key. This is a Bitcoin address. The public key is derived from the private key, and then the address is derived from the public key. It's all mathematics, right? But let's say that I generated this without any prying eyes. I could put a piece of tape over that Bitcoin address and then use the wallet to store Bitcoin in. Now, I could also just take this guy here and just copy him into a text file somewhere, right? And use that as my public key, right? I could send Bitcoin there on a regular basis whenever I felt like it, right? And I would print this guy out. I'd print it out on paper. And then I would make note of that public address, and then I would fold up the piece of paper and stick it somewhere safe. All right. There's my paper wallet. All right. But what's wrong with this scenario, class? What did I do wrong? Well, even if I wasn't exposing this private key to any of you, and even if I was connected, I was sitting in front of my computer all alone with no one else watching, I'm still connected to the internet, right? So we don't really want to generate this wallet while we're online, right? It's not secure. I could have keyloggers, I could have malware, I could have all kinds of weird stuff going on. I know I don't, but it's possible, right? So what you really need to do is you need to go to the GitHub repository. You need to download the offline version of this, right?
If I don't see your main account alive in Survivor's Hell,
All right. Then I need to where'd this guy go? All right, I need to verify it. Right. So how are we going to verify it? Let's go over here. Where was it? Right, they gave you the this is the SHA, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So we can do a SHA check on that. Yeah, this is not for the faint of heart, right? All right, let's paste that guy in there. Let's see. Let's take out the spaces. Does that match anything? Is there anything that starts with 5-2? Oh, okay. That must not be the SHA. Oh, dear, 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 dear. Oh, that's the fingerprint of the signature, right? So here's the SIG. Where'd it go? It's not cooperating with me. Yeah, I'm not going to get into all of this, but you really need to do your homework on this kind of stuff. And it's not working right. So, but basically, the crux of the biscuit is you need to download the standalone version. You need to verify it, and then you need to disconnect your computer from the internet, and then you need to run this in a browser that's not connected to the internet, generate a new paper wallet, print it out, and don't let anybody see that private key. And then you can store Bitcoin in there all day long. And then when down the road, when you're ready to access the Bitcoin, you would sweep this private key into a wallet, right? You can do that with like the Electrum Bitcoin wallet. And then you'd be able to move it out. This is a one-way wallet, right? The paper wallet is a one-way wallet. You can only add Bitcoin to it. You can't withdraw Bitcoin from it unless you sweep the private keys into a real wallet, like a working wallet. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. So now I'm going to talk about the Cardano quickly. So the Cardano, and I'm going to launch my Daedalus wallet. May I ask, Christian, where your Cardano is? Is it in the Daedalus wallet? Or is it in a Yori wallet? Or is it on a ledger? Can I pay for an online subscription with Bitcoin using Ledger Live? Tig, you asked this question a while back. I'm sorry I didn't get to it. I don't understand the question. What is an online subscription with Bitcoin using Ledger Live? Or you're talking about you want to use the Ledger to pay somebody in Bitcoin? Oh, sure. Yeah, you just watched me send Bitcoin from my ledger from one address to another. Same situation. Mr. So-and-so at the online subscription place is going to provide you with a Bitcoin address that he wants you to send Bitcoin to. And so, yes, you can go to your Ledger Live, connect your ledger, and then send Bitcoin to that address. Of course, you wouldn't send all of the Bitcoin in that address. You would send a part of it. Right? You would just do, you would go to a Bitcoin, and they're all empty now, but you would go to a Bitcoin address and do a send. And you'd give it an address, right? Oops, that's not a Bitcoin address. Let's go back here. Just for kicks, right? Let's just assume that this is the, what have I done here? The address of, right? I would put in a certain amount, like 0.2 Bitcoin. I'm sure your online subscription is something like 0.003 Bitcoin, right? 20 bucks or whatever. And yeah, you can send that out from your ledger. Easy peasy. I just wasn't sure what kind of subscription you were talking about. But yeah, anybody that gives you a Bitcoin address, you can send them Bitcoin using Ledger Live. That's the whole idea behind Bitcoin. The original idea was it's an online method of payment, right? I don't have to give you my name, my address, my bank account, my credit history. All I need, if I have Bitcoin and you give me a Bitcoin address and I send you Bitcoin, you get it, it's Bitcoin, you know it's good, it's a one-way transaction, and so you give me what I've just paid for. Like credit card, I could pay you with a credit card and then reverse the charges, right? So that's why you got to know my whole history in order to take a credit card from me. It could be a stolen card, right? So Bitcoin is like, it's like cash but digital, right? If I stop on the road and want to buy some firewood from a guy that has a farm and he's got some firewood out front, he's not going to ask me my name, my address, my bank account. He doesn't care. If I have cash, I just give him cash for firewood. He doesn't even need to know my name, right? That's what Bitcoin is digitally across the internet. Same thing, right? I don't care who you are. If you've got Bitcoin, you can send me some, and when I get it, I'll know that it's Bitcoin because it's mathematically confirmed on the blockchain, and I'll trust you. You kind of have to trust me to give you what your product in return. But if I'm just taking people's Bitcoin and not providing the service, then I won't be in business very long, right? So that's the idea. All right, so is our yeah. All right, so let's say we've got some Cardano, right, in our little shopping wallet, and we want to cash out. How do we cash out? Well, let's go over here to Binance US, right? Binance US has has ADA, right? I can just deposit the ADA in my Binance US account and then cash out, right? So we'll copy this address. Let's go over to our shopping wallet. Let's send. There's the address. Whoops. Binance US. Let's just send 100. We'll hit next. I got to put in my password. All right. Well, ADA's on its way out. There was a small fee. Now it's going to take a while for it to show up in Binance US. But once it does, right, we'll be able to, we'll have some ADA in our account. And then we'll be able to trade it for US dollar. Right? Once the ADA arrives, it might take 5 or 10 minutes or 20 minutes. But then I can sell the ADA for cash, right? And then go back to my wallet. And you remember when we first started this pony show, there was 30 bucks in here. I can withdraw that too back to my bank. Right? So if you inherited some ADA and you want to cash out, you'll need to open up an online exchange account like Binance US or Coinbase. Those are the two easiest to use. Coinbase has the same thing. You can open an account. You don't need to give them a penny, right? You can open an account. You can connect your bank account. And then you can deposit crypto that you already own in that account. And then you can withdraw it, right? You don't have to pay them a darn thing except like the transfer fees or whatever. Ugh, Jesus. I guess just leave it by the door. He's a regular client of theirs. Period. He may be back in the hot tub or something. Rich people. Yeah, it's fine. I'll text Jacqueline Baker and tell her that he didn't answer the door. It's Gucci boxes. Oh, Jesus. All right. Okay, let me text Jacqueline. Maybe she can call him. Period. You might try knocking a few more times. I guess he's rich and it's a big house. Hey, Jacqueline. Angus Mitchell isn't answering the door, and Demetria is worried about leaving a Gucci box outside. Period. Can you call him or text him to let him know she's trying to leave those with him? Question mark. I have not been this busy on a Friday night in... I just texted Jacqueline. Maybe just try once or twice more. She's outside the gate of a very rich person that won't open. Okay, so let's see if we can see if our deposits coming here. Crypto. Yeah, see, here we go. The 108 is coming in. All right, so open the Coinbase account, open the Binance US account. You have to provide ID, right? You connect your bank account to it. And then you can deposit crypto and then cash it out, right? You can sell it for US dollars. And then once you've got the crypto in your US dollar account, then you can do a withdrawal from your exchange back to your bank, right? That'd be the way to cash out. ADA is not supported on Coinbase. I am so sorry. I can't believe Coinbase still doesn't have ADA. Binance US had ADA like in the first week. But yes, Betty, you're right. Coinbase does not support ADA. So it would have to be Binance US. Now you can use Bittrex and you can withdraw from Bittrex, but I believe, well, you can connect it, you can do the wire transfer. You know, you have to apply, and you can't deposit a wire into Bittrex unless it's 1,000. And so I don't know if they have withdrawal minimums or not. But I know with Binance US, you can withdraw 20 bucks if you want to. So that would be my recommendation in this situation. Binance US. But I think you could also do it with Bittrex. There might be some other cryptocurrency exchanges like Gemini, Bitfinex, where you can connect your bank account and make withdrawals. So just kind of, look for the ones based in the US that support US dollars and allow you to connect your bank accounts. But that's basically what you do. Deposit the crypto from your wallet into the exchange and then trade out to cash and withdraw. Getting a lot easier. Or find somebody that wants the ADA and, make a deal. Send me the ADA and I'll pay you cash. Not me. Okay, Binance. Okay, good. Nice. Hey, Shah. Paymail. Yeah, I thought Andreas is talking about Paymail, which generates a new Bitcoin address. I thought that the Ledger did that as well. Maybe I just tried to generate the address without actually exiting the Bitcoin app, which is maybe why it just regenerated the exact same address. But I was under the impression that it generated a new address every time when you did Bitcoin. Ethereum always uses the same address once you set up an Ethereum wallet, but Bitcoin with the Ledger will generate a new Bitcoin address each time. Huh. All right, so Binance US just emailed me saying that the ADA is there, right? $3.73 worth of ADA. Let's sell it for dollars. I really don't want to. I'd rather hang on to the ADA than cash it out. But that would be what you would do, right? We just hit trade, we hit US dollars. We go to sell ADA, and I'm in the way. And I can't seem to move myself like I did back in the day. I can't. Anyway, I'm in the way of the sell. I can't move. I won't do it. No. I'm wondering if the question about the paper wallet was adequately covered. Hey, Scott's here. Hooray. How many transactions per second can BTC handle? I don't think it's anywhere near what credit card processors can handle yet. All right. But there was, I was reading an article earlier. It was response to Cuba. Okay. Response to Mark Cuba? Is that his name? No. Cuban. Okay. Let's see. Bitcoin response to Mark Cuban. Here it is. Industry reacts to Mark Cuban's no chance for Bitcoin. Mark Cuban, as you know, is a big personality. I think he owns Bitcoin. He may be out of it, but I know that at one point he said he owned it, and now he's saying that there's no way it's ever going to succeed because it's too difficult to use, too easy to hack, way too easy to lose, too hard to understand, too hard to assess a value. Right? And so people in the community responded to this. And one person said something very... Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. If you guys remember this. If I can get it to
Back in 56 pass, I wasn't prepared to translate that as I was doing that little tease.
Oh, that's
that little
right.
mark with the A and then the ring around it.
At?
See, that's what I said. Mm-hmm. Katie said she thought it was about.
Yeah. Oh.
But I'd never heard it.
Around.
I'd never heard.
Hey, Demetria. So he's not answering? Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, we've delivered to this guy so many times. I don't understand why he wouldn't be expecting you. I called Jacqueline. Yeah, I called Jacqueline. She hasn't responded to me. So I don't know. I guess give him another 10 minutes just and try one more time after 10 minutes. It's the best we can do because I don't want her to call me back and say, "Oh, go back now. He's waiting for you." Yes, but I understand. I thought you were at his front door. I didn't realize you were outside his gate. So yeah, just okay. Yeah, I guess give him 10 more minutes. If the guy doesn't answer, we'll just have to do it Monday or something. I don't know. I don't want you to have to go back over there later. I mean, you'll be driving around. Maybe you could hit him on the way back from Lisa's. But that will be late, I'm thinking.
Yeah, they won't open the door after hours.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I guess 10 minutes is all I can give this guy. Because, I mean, it's been 5 minutes since I asked Jackal. And then hopefully maybe she'll call him if she gets my text. But, you know, she may be in the shower. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't, you know, get my text either. I'm so sorry. All right, thanks. I sit around all day without getting one call. And then while I'm doing my live stream now, I'm getting slammed. What's up, buddy?
Oh, no.
Okay. He doesn't want to appear on camera. Can you do 2FA on Ledger Live? The Ledger Live device can support the 2FA hardware protocol. FIDO 2FA, I think they call it. It can work like one of those devices, but there's really no two-factor like Google Authenticator for the Ledger when you're using it. Your factors are two-factor usually means something you know and something you have, right? So something you know is your login and password, and something you have is your phone, right? So with Google Authenticator, you've got that phone as your secondary device. With the Ledger, something you know is your password to Ledger Live. Something you have is the Ledger device itself. So in order for someone to send crypto out of your account, you have to know the password for Ledger Live to get into it, and you have to have the Ledger with you to hit the buttons, right? So that even if someone like remotely hacks your Ledger Live somehow, they're not going to be able to take crypto unless the Ledger is connected to the computer and someone is hitting the buttons. So it would have to be quite a, heist. Anyway, I'm sorry guys, I was showing you this clip from the 80s.
As I was doing that little tease.
Oh, that's
that little
right.
mark with the A and then the ring around it.
At?
See, that's what I said. Katie said she thought it was about.
Yeah. Oh.
But I'd never heard it.
Around
I'd never heard it
about.
said. I'd always
That's
seen the
right.
mark, but never heard
Yeah.
it said. And then it sounded stupid when I said it. Violence at NBC.
Yeah, I heard you around big fight up in the lunchroom the other
See,
week.
there it is. Violence at NBC. GE.com. I mean,
Well, Allison should know.
what
do you
is
say to that,
internet
Allison?
anyway?
What the hell is
that
internet anyway?
Massive computer
Right.
network.
The one that's becoming really big now.
What do you mean? That's big. How does one? What do you write to it like mail?
No, a lot of people use it and communicate. I guess they can communicate with NBC writers and producers. Allison, can you explain what internet is?
No, she can't say anything in 10 seconds or less.
Oh, Allison will be in the studio shortly.
What is
What
it?
does it mean?
It's a giant computer network made up of started from.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell us what this was.
It's like
We're
a
looking in the
computer
dictionary.
billboard.
It's not an. It's a computer billboard, but it's
Right.
nationwide. It's several universities and everything all joined together.
Right.
And others can access it.
Right.
And it's getting bigger and bigger.
Okay, yeah, Bitcoin is too hard to use. Yeah, but we all know how to use email now. But someone had said something about that Bitcoin doesn't really need to compete with. A lot of people bash Bitcoin because they say it doesn't do enough transactions per second, right? They say that credit cards process thousands, millions of transactions per second, and Bitcoin can't compete with that. But someone in, I thought it was this article, replied, it doesn't have to, because that's really not what Bitcoin was designed to do, right? It wasn't designed to be a replacement for the credit card network, right? It was designed to be a decentralized way to exchange value between people. Now it could get faster as time goes by, but you know, there's no reason to kick Bitcoin down the road just because it's not as fast as credit card transactions. And there were, I must have the wrong article because I was reading a bunch of people that were replying to him about how it is easier. All right. Anyway. Oh well. I can't find the same article I was reading earlier. Sorry about that. But they responded to that criticism. So you might want to check it out. But Mark Cuban bashed Bitcoin again. It's almost getting like it doesn't matter anymore. It used to be when there was good news about Bitcoin, the markets would just like go crazy up. And whenever anybody with any authority said anything negative about Bitcoin, the markets would crash. Nouriel Roubini, Warren Buffett, or whoever, you know, Mark Cuban. Now it's like Bitcoin really doesn't care when people bash it anymore. I don't know. All right. Speaking of that, what is the current price of Bitcoin right now? Let's check it out. I'm just wondering if it has broken out. 72.73. It's kind of been around here all day long, all week long. You know, we've been looking at Bitcoin for the last week or so. It's like boringly non-volatile over the last week, right? It just hasn't been doing much at all. I don't know, 70, I guess last week or whatever, it was up around 76. You know, now it's down to about 72. If we look at the 1 month chart, right, not a whole lot going on. It was, yeah, it's come down from where it was from its yearly high, right? 98.48. I mean, it was at 13,000 earlier. Yes, honey.
After your live stream, can you wait upstairs?
Yes, I can. All right. Could I do a video about Litecoin? I have done some videos about Litecoin. It's been a while. I have several Litecoin videos. Let's do this. Yes, I can. Sorry. Let's do this. Let's do... Hey, somebody's live now. Hooray. Litecoin. How to purchase Litecoin. How to buy Litecoin on Coinbase. Oh, how to purchase Litecoin and store in a paper wallet. How to buy Litecoin on Binance using the Cash app. This is a fairly recent one. You might want to check this one out. There's a good Litecoin video. But if you're really curious about any video on any subject that I've done, just type CryptoDad and then whatever you're looking for. So in this case, Litecoin, right? In a Google search. Hit enter and it's going to give you my Litecoin videos. All right. You can do the same thing with Restore Ledger, right? And you'll see my Restore Ledger videos. So if you just Google CryptoDad space whatever, Google Authenticator, this is good. I like this. When I type in CryptoDad GOO, it auto completes, right? Apparently, Google likes me as the Google Authenticator authority, right? How to move Google Authenticator to a new phone is my most viewed video of all time. And it is, I swear, painful for me to watch that video because it is so not my best effort at videos. I just don't, I mean, it's just, oh, she got him, finally. Okay. So somebody finally answered the door and opened the gate for my driver so that she could give him his Gucci box. All right. Anyway, yeah. So anything that you think I may have covered in the past, check it out. Right? You could do CryptoDad Monero. Right? If you're into Monero, and a bunch of Monero videos will pop up for you. So I'm searchable. No problem. She finally got him to come to the gate. Okay, guys. Cougar Killer. Frag is a deflationary currency. 11% of the supply is already burned. Crop coins would be an interesting video. Now, I did do a scam. If that's... Nope. Let's see. Whoops. CryptoDad. Whoops. How to avoid... There we go. How to avoid Bitcoin and cryptocurrency scams. So that's a pretty decent video. You might want to check that one out. Can't remove Brave rewards, says server is not responding. Now for me, when my Brave rewards get removed automatically. So like every month, see, my wallet is 0. So every month, as soon as like on January 5th, they will immediately go into Uphold. Oh, what happened? That was weird. There, okay. Yeah, they go into Uphold. You can see here, it's not a lot, right? So there's $6 in the Brave browser, but it just automatically withdraws every time I get paid, like every month. So like on December 4th, I get an alert that says, you just received 30 BAT from Brave browser. So I'm not sure what's going on, Grand Illusion. I wish I knew why you're not getting your paid out. Maybe disconnect and reconnect your Uphold wallet to see if maybe that's the issue. Maybe try at a different time during the day. Reboot your modem. Reboot your computer if you haven't done that lately. Relaunch the browser, that kind of stuff. See if you can like figure out why the server is not responding. That's an odd one. I've never heard that. Now, if you know that you can back up the Brave Rewards wallet, right? So if you hit this little gear, bummer. Fuck. That's okay. I can create a new one. Just expose my seed. Anyway, you can back that seed up and then do a clean install of Brave and then restore that seed so that, you know, your wallet will be fresh. And maybe that's what you need to do. My email is thecryptodad.com. No, I'm sorry. thecryptodad@gmail.com. Yeah, if you can articulate what it is exactly that I didn't cover when we talked about paper wallets, I'd be happy to take another stab at it to see if maybe, you know, I can help you in that situation. Please, can you make a video when you deposit BNB after buying ZIL? BNB, press option market buy it ZIL, then send to address ZIL, Ledger Nano S, save it long term. Okay, so first of all, let's see if Ledger even supports ZIL. Zilqua? Okay. That's weird. Why would it only be supported on the Ledger S? Okay. And it's only supported in a third-party wallet. Okay. I get it. All right, so you can connect your Ledger, and you got to install the ZIL app. It's a little involved, right? Might make a video on that. You would, of course, need to go to the Ledger Manager. Install ZIL. If this will fit. May or may not fit. Nah, not enough. Ugh. Okay. I'll do this one real quick. The email is the CryptoDad. Oops. Now you guys can spam me. Okay. ZIL. Can't believe I had so many calls. Alright, looks like it's going to get on there. Alright, now we can go over to our... Now, ZIL is not supported on the... Whoops. It's not supported in Ledger Live, right? So we're going to have to... let's get out of Ledger Live completely, right? We're in the ZIL wallet. We're going to connect with Ledger. My security key. Oh, here it is. Generate address. Hit that check. Select account. There it is. Use default. Okay, don't send funds to the old ERC20 ZIL. Alright. Alright. Oh, there's the address right there. Up there at the top, right? We'll copy that address. We'll go over here. Do they sell ZIL on Binance US or only Binance proper? Yeah, they don't have it here. So they probably have it on regular Binance, right? But there you go, right? You gotta go to that ZIL website and connect your ledger, and then copy this receiving address, and then you could withdraw from your Binance to this address, and then you would see your balance in here, up here, right? Quick and dirty. Anyway, gotta go, guys. Late. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. As usual, don't forget we do this every week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me for the live Q&A from Michigan, where you can throw out questions, and I'll do my very best to get them answered. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.